I knew I wanted that temperament. I knew I wanted that loving temperament family dog. And then one night, literally, I was just searching for different breeds of dogs, and I came across the British type or the English golden retriever. And I remember screaming downstairs to my husband and said, "I found it!" And he's like, "You found what?" "I found the perfect breed."
You can benefit so many people with dogs through companions and therapy. So it kind of became my passion just to figure out everybody's story and how these puppies can fit into their life.
My big thing was I really wanted to be able to make a difference in people's lives with the dogs that I breed. I had bred and showed Akitas, which is a large Japanese guard dog, when our oldest children were young. So about 20 years ago or so, 25 years ago.
When I was 10 years old, my sister Carissa was a senior in high school, and we were going on Carissa's senior year spring break.
And I just kept thinking, all these kids want to go to Cancun without their parents, want to go on cruises without their parents. And she said, "Will you take me?" And I guess there were 8 or 9 of her friends to Florida and be with us. And of course, we're like, heck yes.
So we had a bunch of friends and families came all with us, and we went down to Florida to the beach for a week for spring break.
So we spent the week on the beach, had an awesome, amazing time, and little did I know that it would be my last week of being able to be with Carissa.
On our way home, probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, we were hit by a drunk driver. Our car spinned and then flipped, and Carissa had taken her seatbelt off about 15 minutes before he had hit us because she had a stomach ache. So she was ejected from the car, and when the car stopped, we didn't know where she was.
And then somebody screamed, "Where's Carissa?"
So my dad, being an emergency room doctor, crawled out of the window because he couldn't open the doors,
and found her lying in the median. When he reached her, she was still breathing. After he found her, she began to choke, and he tells of literally sucking the blood from her mouth and spitting it out with his own.
and later learned that she didn't make it.
You try to make good out of, eventually you try to make good out of a bad situation, but at that time, you just don't see that in a dog's there. Just the memories that the dog makes and the individual unconditional love that a dog has in every situation. And so that is literally when I went to my husband and said, I want to start breeding dogs again.
An MMG puppy starts all the way from before they're even thought of or conceived.
So I bring in champion, imported, British type golden retrievers or English golden retrievers from some of the top breeders.
We take the best dogs, the best clearances for each one of our dogs, the best temperaments and the best looking, and we look at each one of those things and we put 2 dogs together that we feel are going to make the healthiest dog, the best dog for families, and an overall good puppy.
When the puppies are born, the puppies are literally born in my lap. It doesn't matter if it's night or day or when.
Starting at day 3, we start what's called early neurological stimulation.
So our puppies get exposed to everything life has to offer. They get exposed to fireworks, they get exposed to cars, babies crying, gunshots, anything you can think of before they're 8 weeks old.
All the while, we're talking to families and we look at their personalities, the personalities of the puppies, and we learn about people's families, and we say, okay, we know our puppies and we know your family, and then we try to fit the best that we can this puppy into their life that's going to be the best fit. Hopefully for us, the process doesn't stop there. We are a full-service breeder. We want to be here for when the puppy goes home. We tell them to call us with any questions, and sometimes we do get calls with questions. It can be anything from potty training to how do I get my dog in classes. And we work through those problems with them the best we can. Our heart is that people would get back with us and send us pictures and send us updates when their puppies are old and turning gray, and they're still puppies to us, but they're, you know, older dogs to them.
It's amazing how much I go back to that point in my life when I had to have those dogs because my husband was grieving different. Everybody was grieving different, but the dog understood it. Our dogs and our the difference that we've made in other people's lives. I feel like it's just such the tip of the iceberg as to what I want to do and what these dogs can do and what our family and our team together can do.